Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy day to watch my videos. If you would, subscribe and hit like and share with your friends, so your friends can learn more about fishing and help the channel to grow. Alright, we're talking about spring, warm spring rains. Like today is in the 60s. As you can see, I'm out here in a t-shirt. Air temperature is 60 degrees. Water temperature is still mid to upper 40s. But if we was getting some rain today, it'd be 60-degree water pouring into the back of these coves and pockets. And then I think tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s. So if we got rain tomorrow in the 70s, it'd be 70-degree water coming in, helping to warm that water up. That's some of my favorite places to fish this time of year when we're having spring rains, is in the back of coves and pockets where that water's running in. My favorite bait is throw a spinner bait. I get out the old True Faith Custom Bait spinner bait, and True Faith Custom Baits is the sponsor of this video. Go check them out and get you some baits that'll help you catch some more and bigger fish, and it won't break the bank either. Anyway, my favorite bait is a spinner bait. Whenever the water's coming in dingy or muddy, I usually throw a blue chartreuse and white combination. If the water's not just real muddy, I'll throw a big willow leaf combination, and if it's muddy, I throw a big Colorado blade combination. Throw it up there, I mean shallow, put it on the bank and work it slowly back out to you, because that dingy water will help push those fish up on the bank, and that's the way I like to fish, is when the fish is up on the bank. The second bait I'll be throwing is a bladed jig. So you need to get you some bladed jigs. This is a shad colored one. But the bladed jig in a shad or a coleslaw or a white and chartreuse, any of those will work great, because they puts off so much vibration, just like the spinner bait puts off a lot of vibration, and those fish can still find the bait even in chocolate milk water. But the spinner bait and chatter bait is both my top picks. A swim jig, if the water is not too dingy, too muddy, I like to throw a swim jig too. The old swim jig. I put a lot of action into mine usually. Sometimes they want it just a slow, steady retrieve or a stop and go retrieve, but most time I'm sitting there twitching the end of my rod while I'm reeling in. It puts a lot of action to it, and it puts off a lot of vibration. And the fish will come and find it and eat it. The spinner bait, the swim jig, and the bladed jig, all three I fish on a 7'3" medium heavy rod, 14 to 20 pound fluorocarbon. I use Sunline. Seaguard makes a good one, but I usually use Sunline. You'll want to put some kind of trailer on the back of your swim jig, bladed jig, and sometimes your spinner bait. But for your swim jig and bladed jig, for sure, this is a good one. This is a Zoom Z-Craw. That's a good one. Hog Farmer makes a good bladed jig, uh, swim jig, spinnerbait trailer. Can't think what they call them right now, but they're made by Hog Farmer. They're just kind of a long. It's a kind of a fat. It'll be kind of like a fat bait, but it won't have a paddle tail on it. They'll just come out to a straight tail. But they're really good trailers for the spinnerbait, bladed jig, and swim jig. Another bait that I will be throwing is a True Faith custom bait uh, jig. I'll be pitching it in around stumps, laydowns, rock, just wherever, whatever kind of cover is there. That jig, you can put it right in the middle of the cover and pull out those fish that's holding tight to cover. The next bait is a square bill crankbait. This is in a bluegill color, which is a great color. This is an awesome color. Chartreuse with black back, orange belly. I've caught a ton of fish on this color right here in dingy water. And then of course you'll want a shad color one, white or this is sexy shad, but a white one works great too. I'll throw those square bills in and around brush, laydowns, around stumps, around rocks. These square bills are great for deflecting off of things and not getting hung up. They come wobbling through and they'll hit that bill a hit and they'll flip it up and over the limbs and rocks. And you can fish through heavier cover than what you think with treble hooks on these square bill crankbaits. They work great in and around brush and stuff. The square bills I'll throw on a 7'3" medium action, maybe medium heavy if I'm in heavy cover. Anywhere from 10 to 14 pound fluorocarbon is what I usually throw those on. The reels, just reel of your choice. Some people like fast reels, some people like slower reels. It's just you just get what's comfortable for you. And but anyway, and then if the water's not too dingy, if it's still pretty clear with the water coming in, if it hadn't muddied it up, it's hard to beat a swim bait. Throw the old swim bait around in that dingy water, or not dingy water, but fresh runoff water. Swim bait works awesome. They'll look like little bait fish, and the bass will come up there and just inhale them. I usually fish it on a 1/4 ounce head and 12, 14 pound fluorocarbon, 7'3" rod. But after the water temperature gets to 50 degrees, 50 degrees is my magic number for starting to throw the buzz bait. After we have enough warm days and warm rains to get the water temperature up to 50 and above through the day, I won't throw it if the water temperature starts out below 50 in the morning and just rises to 50. But if it's 50 in the morning, when we first get out there, then I throw this buzz bait. This is a True Faith custom bait buzz bait. As you can see, this is brand new. It already has the great squeal sound, and this one has the bigger blade, so you can make it dang trucks with their freaking Jake brakes. jake brake down through there. But anyway, this bigger blade, you can reel it slower and keep it up on top when the water's 50 degrees. Good night. Come on, dude, turn that stupid thing off. Anyway, nothing against truckers. I like truck drivers. I used to be one. My dad was one for years. It's just irritating when they run the jake brake down through here and there's no sense in running jake brake where they're running it at. Anyway, as I was saying, that water temperature 50 degrees, this bigger blade, I can reel it slower. And you just want to reel it fast enough just to keep it on top. You don't want to be moving it very fast in that 50-degree water. Just slow enough to keep it plop, 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 plop on top. That's all you need. You'll need that bigger blade for that. Or True Faith Custom Baits makes a double buzz bait. It has two wires right here, and it'll have two blades on it. And you can reel those extremely slow as well. But anyway, those are my top baits for fishing runoff water. Uh, Spring rains and runoff into the backs of creeks and coves and pockets. Uh, this time of year, if we have a good rain, if you're fishing while it's raining, go find those places where that water's running in. It's washing nutrients in, washing crawfish in, washing stuff in the bait fish is going to want to eat, and that'll make the bass follow the bait fish in there as well. So you'll have bait fish, extra nutrients, more oxygen, uh, and food for the bass. So, those are my top picks uh, for fishing spring rain runoff. That's a good thing to watch for this time of year. Just remember when you're out there fishing, or if it's rained recently in the last day or so, go look in the backs of those creeks, see if that water's still flowing in, and find that stained up water, and that's going to put those fish on the bank. Remember, when that water's dingy or muddy, the fish will be up tight to the bank, and you can put your bait right on the bank and bring it back out to you, and you can catch some big bass that way. So anyway, thanks again for watching the video. Hit like and share, and subscribe to this channel. Have a blessed week, and I will see you in the next one.